Violence against the poor, it is violence against the dreams of Kenyans, and it is violence that is killing the future of this nation. The president came out publicly, said that members of parliament are corrupt. And I want to say that he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. And the Bible says that woe unto you, the Pharisee, who cleans the outside of the cup, the outside of the plate, and leaves the inside of the cup full of corruption, full of abductions, full of death. Corruption must be cleaned right from the executive. When you look at the office of the president, on his right, you see grand corruption. You see corruption in SHA at the executive. When you look at his left, you see a graveyard of corruption, whereby you see that capitation does not reach the intended schools. Schools are being paid hewa, okay? Hewa paid to schools, or air. When you look in front of the president, you see a cemetery of corruption. You see the governor of Nairobi. When you look at the Auditor General's report, the 2022, 2023, and 2023, 2024, see how the governor of Nairobi has been accused of grand corruption.
By who?
By the Auditor General. Things which have not been accounted for. Number one,
Emba Kasi is a member of parliament, Babu Owino, has once again stepped into the national conversation on corruption and governance. He has accused the president and executive of failing to lead by example in the fight against corruption. According to Babu, the war on graft cannot succeed if those in power are not held to the same standard as those other leaders. He believes that the president should begin by ensuring the executive is free of corruption before pointing fingers at other institutions. The MP has argued that Parliament no longer operates independently. In his view, the institution has been reduced to a rubber stamp of the executive. He says that members of Parliament have little freedom to make decisions that truly reflect the will of the people because the executive influences most of their work. For him, the system has turned into one where Parliament simply follows orders from the above rather than exercising oversight as required by the Constitution. Babu has criticized the relationship between the president and the county government, particularly in Nairobi. He has accused the head of state of inviting ward representatives to State House to shield the county administration from accountability. In his explanation, this move undermines the fight against corruption and gives protection to leaders facing questions about financial misconduct. He views this as a direct interference with accountability processes that should be free from political influence. The legislature has also raised concerns about the independence of oversight agencies such as the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission (EACC). He has said that investigation into county leaders, especially the Nairobi governor, are completed but rarely sees the light of the day. In his assessment, these files remain hidden from the public because of the close ties between the governor and the president. To him, this selective handling of corruption case shows that political loyalty has become more important than justice. Babu has insisted that corruption cases in Kenya are not treated equally. He argues that leaders who enjoy a good relationship with the president are often spared from prosecution. On the other hand, those who are perceived as critics of government find themselves under pressure, with investigation and legal battles hanging over their heads. This uneven approach, it says, destroys public trust in the fight against corruption and makes Kenyans believe that justice is only for the powerful and connected. The remarks by Babu Owino comes at a time when public debate about corruption in the country is intensifying. Many Kenyans are increasingly questioning whether the government is serious about cleaning up the graft or if the fight is being used as political tool. For critics like Babu, the executive has captured oversight institutions, leaving them unable to act independently. This perception, he warns, would further weaken democracy and accountability in the long run. By placing the executive at the center of the problem, Babu is challenging the very heart of government. His comments suggest that until the president and his administration allow institutions to operate freely, the corruption crisis will remain unresolved. His call is not only for accountability from MPs and the governors, but also for fairness from the highest office in the land. For him, leadership must start by example, and only then will the country believe in the seriousness of the fight against corruption.
No leadership role at all in any of those, but I want to tell you that Parliament has stopped being an independent body to being a dependent body, dependent on the executive. Everything that we do, we are just but a conveyor belt. On corruption, before we move from there, I want to register my disappointment that the president himself, who came out to start fighting corruption, purportedly came out to start fighting corruption, was inviting MCAs to State House to defend corruption of Nairobi County government. So you are left wondering what is happening.
Sorry, MCAs were in State House?
MCAs, UDA MCAs went to State House.
When?
Kenya Kwanza MCAs went to State House when Sakaja was going to be impeached.
When was that? When were they at State House?
2 days ago. 2 days ago, they were in State House.
Tuesday?
At the command, yes. At the command, 2 days ago, only yesterday they were not. They were there twice. They went, and then after that, they went again. Twice, at the command of the party leader, who is the president, to defend corruption.